I've been conscious of the opportunity cost whenever I have to make a decision about reading big versus small books. Because of that, anything more than 400 pages would fall into my definition of a tome and would be a swipe left. So did that help me at all? Not always, as I had missed reading a number of great books just because they are humongous in nature. Now in hindsight, had I applied my logic to all my book selections consistently, I would have made a colossal blunder because I just finished reading a 1,000-pager gem of a book, My Seditious Heart by Arundhathi Roy. In case you don't know who Arundhathi Roy is, though it's very unlikely, she's an Indian writer who is also a Booker Prize winner for her debut novel, The God of Small Things, in the year 1997. She took a sojourn from fiction for the next couple of decades, during which time she shifted her focus to her roles as a political and human rights activist. This book we are talking about today is a collection of all of her nonfiction that she published during those 20 years from 1997 to 2017. Most of these essays in this book have been published as individual books over the course of the last 2 decades. So if you don't want to go through the pain of buying all those individual books, buying this single book, this collection, would be your best bet. Now, if I may bring your attention to what exactly has Arundhathi captured in this book, her discourses addresses multiple topics. She criticized the displacement of millions of people from their lands in the pretext of construction of big dams that not only uproots all these people from where they have been living for centuries, the abject mismanagement with which these displacements have been carried out, leaving these people homeless, shelterless, and at the same time disrupted the ecological balance of the land also. She also points out the government bodies, police forces, law offices, and apex courts collaborating together in seeing to it these construction projects and human displacements are carried out with impunity. You could read this subject spilling across at least 3 to 4 of her essays in this book. The emergence of BJP into power toward the later half of the 90s. She talks at length about the Gujarat riots, the 2001 December attack on Indian Parliament, and its aftermath. Kashmir. She, being a humanitarian, brings out the attention of the plight of ordinary people in Kashmir and how it has been a bone of contention between 2 warring nations. Rampant privatization across board and the ever-burgeoning gap between the rich and the poor. American imperialism since Second World War and its hypocrisy. 9/11 and US attack on Afghanistan and Iraq and its aftermath. Rendezvous with the Maoists and what prompted the genesis of Maoism and Naxalism in India. A comparative study between Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar and Mahatma Gandhi. While all of her other essays have been fantastic, this one was what I liked the most. This was a revelatory essay that provided me a perspective diametrically divergent from what I had conceived from my school curriculum. She also talks in detail about the caste system in India. I felt her essays have all been thought-provoking rhetoric focusing on the downtrodden and the marginalized, alienated by power, politics, economy, capitalism, caste and religion. Her language has been impeccable as always and incendiary, if you will. We can see her ruthlessly and sarcastically lashing out against the injustices that she perceives with facts and figures which one might find very hard to refute. All of her essays are timely in today's political climate, be it in India or in the United States or anywhere in the world for that matter. It would not be surprising that all her writing might not go down well with many in the contemporary political climate. Riveting and a must read. Bye-bye.